Tonight, Kerr cleared. A jury finds the Matildas captain not guilty of racially harassing a London police officer after calling him stupid and white. 2 Australian nurses sacked over a video in which they claimed they would kill their Israeli patients. A court hears how a teenage love triangle eventually led to the death of schoolboy Cassius Turvey. Could relaxed lending rules be the key to helping younger Australians crack into the property market? And an out-of-contract Eagle tries to reignite his passion for the AFL.
Made in Perth. This is 10 News First with Natalie Forrest.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. First tonight to the state's northwest coast where tropical cyclone Zelia is brewing. During the course of today, it intensified to a Category 2 system, but it's the accompanying rain that has authorities concerned. Reporter Jessica Hayes joins us live from Port Hedland. Jess, the system's path is still unclear at this stage.
Yeah, that's right, Nat. Cyclone Zelia is currently a Cat 2. It's expected to move towards the west before it continues to track further south. But given just how slow moving and erratic it is, experts can't say exactly where it's going to hit. Now, winds have already begun gusting up to 125 kilometres per hour in some parts, with the Bureau warning at the peak of the cyclone it could reach up to 200 kilometres per hour. The highest risk area, though, is between Karratha and Wallal Downs, which includes here at Port Hedland. But a key concern with this cyclone is the heavy rainfall that's expected to accompany it. Now, Zelia's tipped to dump around up to 500 mils across the region, which could result in significant flooding. DFES, though, says it's been working hard to ensure that locals are prepared.
These additional personnel are supporting the local volunteers that are already on the ground in the Pilbara. We're also bringing in additional capabilities like flood boats. We also have additional aircraft on standby in the Pilbara for incident response efforts.
Now, Nat, with a lot of uncertainty surrounding this system, the message from authorities is clear for locals to make sure they're staying informed.
Indeed, good advice. Thanks, Jess. Aussie sporting star Sam Kerr has been cleared by a jury of racially harassing a British police officer. The Matildas captain apologised for how she spoke and says she's now looking to put this challenging period behind her.
A calm Sam Kerr emerges
Sam, how are you feeling?
after a court win that all started with an emotional episode.
Honestly, you guys are stupid and white.
You're literally a white privileged person.
The Aussie football star denied her remarks amounted to racial harassment of a London police officer, and a jury has agreed finding Kerr not guilty of the charge. While I apologise for expressing myself poorly on what was a traumatic evening, I have always maintained that I did not intend to insult or harm anyone, says the 31-year-old. I am fully focused on getting back onto the pitch and look forward to an exciting year ahead. That's after reliving the incident from 2 years ago when a dispute with a taxi driver ended up with Kerr and her partner being dropped at a police station.
Chrissy, how are you feeling? You must be relieved.
Last week, Football Australia wouldn't comment with the trial afoot.
Once those proceedings are complete, I'll be happy to take further questions.
Today, it would only issue a statement on its Matildas captain, saying it remained committed to supporting Sam, and on her leadership it will reflect with Sam on learnings from this matter and continue to provide appropriate support.
I think for what it does optically to the national team, to Football Australia, they have to have a serious conversation around what is the best thing for the team. And I think for Sam as well, she'll have to look at what is the best thing for her going forward and what is the best thing for the team.
She remains Australia's all-time leading scorer.
I think she will remain a role model, and I think one of the things now is we understand people are people. We don't always behave in the best possible way.
As for legal costs, the trial judge commented Kerr's behaviour contributed significantly to the bringing of this allegation. Any cost to her image is a matter for the court of public opinion.
What do you have to say to the Australian public?
Alice Hogg for 10 News First.
While our premiers dismissed suggestions WA's Queen's Park Soccer Centre, named after the Matildas skipper, should be renamed after her damaging court case. Roger Cook says he's relieved Sam Kerr was found not guilty and insists she's done and continues to do great things for sport and the WA community.
And we're very happy for her name to continue to be on the Sam Kerr Football Centre. We're very proud of what Sam's done. She's a young Western Australian woman that's doing incredible things in world football.
The Premier says he's keen to see her back on the pitch as captain. 2 Australian nurses have been sacked over a shocking video in which they brag about killing Israeli patients and threatening to do it again. The pair made the comments in uniform and while on shift at a Sydney hospital.
They're employed to help the sick and injured, but these 2 Bankstown hospital nurses say it's a job they won't do if their patients are Israeli.
I have a question though. I have a question. Let's say an Israeli, God forbid.
I won't treat them, I'll kill them.
In uniform and on shift last night when they spoke to an Israeli influencer, Max Vifer, in a random online chat room.
You'll kill them? So if an Israeli is in Australia and God forbid something happened to him and he comes to your hospital, would you kill him?
You have no idea how many Israeli Khara dog came to this hospital and I sent him to Jahannam.
For real?
Sent him to Jahannam.
In Arabic, meaning hell. The male nurse also claimed...
Are you a nurse, a doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
He's not. His name is Ahmad Rashad Nadir. His colleague, fellow nurse, Sarah Abu Lebdeh.
One day, your time will come and you will die.
Today, widespread condemnation for the foul-mouthed tirade.
I have seen this anti-Semitic video. It's driven by hate and it's disgusting. The comments are vile, the footage is sickening, and it is shameful.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be standing here with 2 staff of the New South Wales health system having said such horrendous things.
As the video circulated online, the pair was stood down.
I don't want to leave a slither of light to allow any of them to be able to think that they will ever work for New South Wales Health again.
As for if there was any truth in what was said in the video, New South Wales Health says there's no evidence that any patient here has been treated differently because of their race or religion, but the department is looking at previous patient cases to make sure of that. Samara Gardner for 10 News First.
A Supreme Court trial has heard how a teenage love triangle started a series of events that ended with the death of Cassius Turvey. The girl at the centre of the dispute today described how the man accused of attacking Cassius with a pole had confronted her days earlier.
A teenage love triangle that prosecutors say started a series of events that led to Cassius Turvey's death. At the centre, a girl aged 14 at the time who today took the stand and told the court how in October 2022 a fight was being arranged between her then boyfriend and her ex just 4 days before Cassius was struck in the head with a metal pole. While being questioned by prosecutor Ben Stanwicks, the teen said she'd followed her former partner to meet up with the other group for a fight, but when he saw them, he fled. The now 16-year-old gave her evidence through video link this afternoon, describing how she then left the scene and was waiting at a bus stop with a friend when she says 2 of the accused, Alicia Gilmore and Jack Brearley, pulled up across the road in a car. She said Mr. Brearley got out and yelled angrily, "Where did all them boys go? You better not be lying to us." The girl told the court she saw the car later that day, this time with 2 more people in the back, but one of them had blood all over him. Jack Brearley, Alicia Gilmore, Brodie Palmer and Mitchell Forth deny the allegations. The trial's been set down for 10 weeks. Amelia Simpson for 10 News First.
A top trade advisor to the US president has accused Australia of killing the American aluminium market. It puts a cloud over Donald Trump's declaration he was considering steel and aluminium tariff exemptions for Australia.
This was not the news the Albanese government wanted to wake up to.
Australia is just killing our aluminium market, and the President, Trump, says no.
Peter Navarro has the ear of the President as a senior counsellor.
They just flood our markets after Biden let them, gave them an agreement that said, don't flood our markets.
As Donald Trump sat in the Oval Office yesterday and confirmed he was considering a tariff exemption for Australia, the sentiment expressed by his advisor was in the 25% aluminium tariff proclamation he signed. The volume of US imports of primary aluminium from Australia has surged and in 2024 was approximately 103% higher than the average volume for 2015 through 2017. Australia has disregarded its verbal commitment to voluntarily restrain its aluminium exports to a reasonable level.
Our focus in the Albanese government is what's in front of us. Not what may or may not have been said.
It wants to focus on the phone call with the President.
President Trump gave a very clear signal yesterday when he said that an exemption for Australia is under great consideration.
But it seems there was a deal that predated his government.
We restrained our exports, that was the deal, of steel and aluminium to the US, and the idea was to keep an eye on them to make sure they didn't go above certain levels.
This is how aluminium exports have tracked over that period.
If there was an overreach of those quotas, it wasn't a malicious act.
The government insists Australian aluminium accounts for 2% of the imports to the US. These developments provide an insight into the challenges the Albanese government will face and the unpredictability it'll encounter as it tries to negotiate an exemption from the aluminium and steel tariffs, all with a month until they come into effect. Ashley Raper for 10 News First.
WA Labor is promising to boost the number of aged care concession beds if it wins the next state election. It comes as the Liberals say they will expand a major hospital to include services to nearby residents.
Despite being a responsibility of the federal government, WA Labor is promising a multi-million-dollar aged care boost for hundreds of concession beds across the state.
We have less beds per capita than any other state or territory. We are at 100% occupancy of our aged care beds. That means there are less opportunities to discharge people out of hospital.
We know that at any point in time, there's around about 130 people in our hospitals that are waiting the opportunity to move into a facility like this.
It'll also trial 3 older adult care hubs to put specialists and services under one roof. But when they'll be up and running isn't known.
We need to just be aware of the fact that we're going to need to see more aged care beds. We're going to need to find more aged care providers, aged care workers.
The Liberals pledging $5.5 million to expand services at Kalamunda Hospital.
To provide for dialysis beds, chemotherapy and telechemotherapy support, as well as specialist outpatient services.
$3 million would also see prescription medications only available at hospitals dispensed at community pharmacies. Libby Metum still refusing to release the Liberals' full policy.
It will be at the standard time frame in the lead up to the election.
Amanda Sabatino for 10 News First.
Time to get an early look at sport with Lockie Reid. And Lock, a lack of success has an Eagle struggling.
Yeah, that's right, Nat. Tim Kelly has lost some love of the game as contract talks rev up. Plus, in the driver's seat, Kerr prepares to take over at Port Adelaide. And success for this schnauzer, as he always was a Monty to win. We just got to throw in a little bit of dog action just for you, Nat.
Thank you. Thanks, Lock. Still to come on 10 News First Perth. Home Help, the plan to make it easier for young people to get into the housing market. And new research reveals why sleepy teens aren't just being lazy.
Monday, 7:30. Don't miss a single moment.
I am the praying mantis. I'm coming to eat you all alive.
You've just gotta watch Survivor. Brains versus Brawn. 7:30 Monday. Explosive from the get-go.
The Mazda M event is now on. Until February 16, enjoy an M event bonus of between $500 and $1,500. Now is the perfect time to get into your new Mazda. Make the move today.
When pain means you can't get on with your day, choose Maxigesic, the synergistic combination of paracetamol and ibuprofen. At maximum dosage, it's 36% more effective than ibuprofen. Turn I can't into I can with Maxigesic, the smarter pain relief.
Go Harvey Norman for great prices on quality Australian-made mattresses, like the Sleepmaker Walton Deluxe Queen mattress, just $11.99. Or for innovative Reflex Plus support, choose the King Coil Cairo Estate, only $19.99. Harvey Norman, your bedding specialists.
Be prepared. Ghosts is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Boom! This is the most amazing sight I've never seen.
Right on!
Isaac was kidnapped by a Puritan ghost.
We shall spend eternity here.
Who wouldn't enjoy staring at that gorgeous porcelain skin?
Tis from the bloodletting that killed me.
Just like that, we're back.
Ghosts, new season now streaming on Paramount Plus.
That sounds like some fun, cozy fall couch viewing to me.
Can you guess this modern-day faux pas?
What sort of mood is the wheel in?
Graham Norton's Wheel of Fortune, 7:30 Friday on 10.
It's hoped a proposed relaxation of lending rules will make it easier for young people to buy their own home. Australians with a student loan would be able to borrow tens of thousands of dollars more under changes requested by the Federal Treasurer.
Lessons are about to begin, and already some first-year uni students are concerned about the cost of failing.
HECS is going to really ruin my borrowing capacity.
But that may no longer be the case, as the financial regulator looks to relax the rules around lending at the Treasurer's request.
We need to recognise that student debt is different to other kinds of debt.
The changes would help graduates borrow more by allowing banks to overlook a person's student debt during the application process, if they can pay it off in the near term.
We don't think it's going to materially help Australian first home buyers.
A graduate earning $75,000 with a student debt of $60,000 could now borrow an extra $26,000. Someone on $100,000 could borrow an additional $56,000.
Banks want to hand out money, they want to lend, and it's just about making sure that we fit it in a way that makes sense.
Banks will also be told developers building a block of units don't need to sell 100% of properties off the plan to qualify for a loan.
Allowing developers to access in a responsible way credit means more of those apartments are going to come out of the ground.
This move is part of a broader push by Labor to woo aspirational young home buyers ahead of an election. It's also promised to wipe 20% off all student loan debts, a policy the opposition doesn't support. Many will take all the help they can get.
It's pretty scary at the moment, especially with the housing market just going up and up.
Not even my parents have houses.
Lucy Gray for 10 News First.
Another of the big four banks has reduced its interest rates. Westpac has cut its short-term fixed-rate home loans by up to 0.4% for owner-occupiers and 0.35% for investors. It follows a similar move from NAB and comes less than a week before the Reserve Bank's meeting to set the next cash rate. And while many Australians are doing it tough amid a cost of living crisis, Australia's biggest bank seems to be doing just fine. Commonwealth Bank posted its half-yearly profit of $5.13 billion today. It exceeded market expectations, with CBA stock rising as a result. New research from the Royal Children's Hospital has dispelled the myth that tired teens are just lazy. It's been discovered natural changes to teenagers' hormones are the most likely reason for late bedtimes and excessive sleep-ins.
It's the morning madness many parents of teenagers would be all too familiar with.
Honey, wake up, no!
In a poll of parents nationwide, almost half hold the misconception too much sleep is bad for teenagers. A third say it's a sign of laziness.
I'm not trying to be lazy, it's just I'm a teenager, I'm going through puberty.
New research from Melbourne's Royal Children's Hospital now tells us Aaliyah is right. It's simple biology. Teenagers produce natural melatonin much later in the evening than young children or adults.
So typically they will be more wakeful in the evenings and then often want to stay up late, but they still need 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night to grow and develop, and so often then they're sleeping in.
Having a regular bedtime and staying off devices later in the evenings are two key contributors to better sleep quality, helping with function, growth and perhaps even peace for parents.
When Aaliyah doesn't have good sleep, what I've noticed is we have grumpy Aaliyah in the mornings.
It is important to note not all sleep issues are a simple fix. Severe or more persistent sleep problems could be a sign of a more serious diagnosis, including anxiety or depression. In those instances, it is recommended to see a healthcare professional. And it's opened up debate on whether a later school start time would be more suitable.
It's a lot easier said than done, but it would definitely make a difference for teens.
And then we'll all be in a good mood and get on with our day.
Steph Baumgartel for 10 News First.
Time for the weather now with Bo Pearson. And Bo, we've had a cool change.
Yeah, Nat, we certainly have, and it's been very, very pleasant since that stretch of heat wave that we've had to start off 2025. This morning we had a minimum of 14 degrees. Then we got to a maximum of just 25. That was before 3 this afternoon. Right now it's 23 degrees across the city. Low temperatures across the suburbs. The strong sea breeze also meant that it felt cooler than what most of these maximums actually got to. Bullsbrook 28 degrees and it got to 22 in Rockingham. Across the state today, all eyes on the northwest. Port Hedland recorded 75 millimetres of rain to 9 a.m. this morning. Expect plenty more of that because on the synoptic chart you can see a tropical cyclone Zelia formed this morning, currently a Category 2, fairly unpredictable system, but the latest tracking map has it heading towards Port Hedland on Friday. Nat, all calm here in Perth. In fact, it is absolutely wonderful. We're at the launch of Subi Spritz, bringing a little bit of all the good things in life, all the European things in life, food, wine, good food, gelato, right here to Subiaco. That and the full forecast at 5 to 6.
Thanks, Bo. See you then. Up next on 10 News First Perth. Mining blast why authorities deliberately blew up this gold mine in Brazil. And Italy's Mount Etna rumbles to life after a winter hibernation.
Banker is back with a vengeance, so prepare to face the most dramatic and unpredictable twists ever.
I won Survivor. I could be a cult leader if I wanted to.
Parvati gains the trust of men and squeezes them until they die.
I'm not telling anyone that I'm the greatest Australian Survivor player of all time. I am deep undercover.
Everyone that wins Survivor is insanely intelligent.
Every single person is a narcissistic psychopath. She's got a secret she's not telling us.
Every treasure hunt needs what?
Map.
A map.
I really do not want you to drop.
There's a switcheroo.
Open the store and you change the game for everyone.
Carpe the hell out of this DM.
That's fun. Oh my gosh.
Go get those cases! This is the most money anyone has ever won in the history of television.
It's not official till Joe says it.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or No Deal Island. Stream free on 10way.
Beware of the banker. You never know what she will do next.
Oh, my favourite show's back!
Everyone's barking mad for new Doghouse.
I love it, I love it, I love it!
Now, who are you changing the channel?
Since that moment, oh my gosh!
My life was yours.
This reminds me of when I found my forever home.
Aww.
You make my life and it's only you that I love.
Paws down, the best show on TV.
New Doghouse, coming to Wednesdays on 10.
It's a blockbuster Saturday of football. First up, Melbourne City face a new look Perth. Sydney FC captain Ryan Grant joins football tonight. Then Adelaide take on Newcastle, live on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus.
The Middle East ceasefire is hanging in the balance tonight, with Israel threatening to resume full warfare unless Hamas releases all its hostages by midday Saturday. But Hamas says it's Israel that has violated the ceasefire terms.
Donald Trump, in his own style, playing peacemaker, hosting Jordan's King Abdullah as he tries to strong-arm him into supporting a US takeover of Gaza. He plainly doesn't like it.
Let's wait until the Egyptians can come and present it to the president and not get ahead of ourselves.
Jordan and Egypt have rejected the forcible removal of Gazans, but Donald Trump is now threatening to cut off aid to both countries unless they agree.
The Palestinians, or the people that live now in Gaza, will be living beautifully in another location.
Meanwhile, Israel is threatening an immediate return to war to destroy Hamas unless it releases all remaining hostages by Saturday.
I don't think they're going to make the deadline personally. I think they want to play tough guy, but we'll see how tough they are.
The US president says once Hamas is gone, he will take Gaza and hold it with no compensation.
We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What does that mean?
No reason to buy.
In the Trump plan, whether they like it or not, the 2.1 million surviving Gazans will be permanently distributed to Egypt and Jordan. And the president said today perhaps also someplace else. He says it can be done under US authority, but that notion carries no weight in law.
There must be no forcible transfer of the population from Gaza.
One of Australia's top international law experts says the principles are well understood.
Any deportation or forcible removal of a population from their territory, effectively ethnic cleansing, is a war crime and a crime against humanity.
Weighty allegations against a man who's been in power in his second term for less than a month. Hugh Riminton for 10 News First.
Elon Musk has defended his wide-ranging overhaul of the US government during a Q&A session in the Oval Office. President Donald Trump watched from his seat as his closest aide called bureaucracy an unelected fourth branch of government. It was the first public appearance of the unelected billionaire since he assumed control of the Department of Government Efficiency.
We have this unelected, fourth unconstitutional branch of government, which is the bureaucracy, which has, in a lot of ways, currently more power than any elected representative.
President Trump agreed with Musk as he signed an executive order to continue downsizing the federal workforce. An underground gold mine has been blown up in Brazil after it was found to be operating illegally. Police found 4 illegal mines during the operation and an extensive series of underground caves that had damaged the landscape. A number of workers were also rescued who police say were subjected to slavery-like conditions. Mount Etna has erupted again, illuminating the snowy surroundings of its summits. Lava spewed from the Bocca Nuova crater at an altitude of 3,000 metres above sea level. The mountain, Europe's tallest, has a long documented history of eruptions, with the latest being from a fracture and not one of the main craters. This is 10 News First live from Perth, still to come. Rex rescue, can a government bailout keep the embattled regional airline in the sky? And Olympic diving great Melissa Wu reveals a little-known secret as she hangs up her bathers.
With GIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, get lifetime guarantee on authorised repairs. Because GIO understands your journey may take you far and wide. But it's that journey that makes your humble hatchback Pierre worth protecting. If it's precious to you, protect it with us. GIO. Protect precious.
Come friend, come foe, come one, come all to the Highlands to see who lives and who falls.
Emmy-winning The Traitors is back
For an all-new season.
To get the job done, I'll stab you in the back. I have a thirst for blood.
Queens and kings, they'll take to the stage on invisible strings.
I don't want to be the duck. I want to shoot the duck.
I intend to leave as queen of the castle.
Oh, I've missed this.
Even when I tell the truth, it's a lie.
I know you guys have something sadistic up your sleeve.
Dude.
If I were them, I'd be scared.
Is lying, and I'm gonna catch her.
You and I are gonna have a one-on-one. We're gonna get this off the table.
Murder and treachery, secrets and lies.
If you think you can trust somebody, think again.
They'll all stop at nothing for the ultimate prize.
This is crazy.
This game is torture us.
Finally, people are taking me seriously. Here we go again.
Tensions are getting high and I can feel my blood pressure rising.
If you carry on with that cocky attitude, you might get yourself in trouble.
Baby, I'm gonna be employee of the month.
What game is everyone else playing right now?
Things that are about to get murderous. But only metaphorically, I hope.
Listen, if the only two options are traitor and faithful, you sure host isn't an option? No, I can't.
Hey, back off.
Welcome back. The federal government's offered to buy Rex Airlines if no one else does. The Prime Minister confirming his government will offer incentives to private bidders. But if a sale isn't landed, work will begin for a Commonwealth acquisition, potentially loading taxpayers with the regional carrier's $500 million debt.
We would prefer for the private sector to be successful in a bid. What we are doing, though, is providing that certainty for regional communities that they won't just be left abandoned.
This will be the second attempt to sell Rex. It went into administration mid-last year after trying to expand to city routes. Cancer Council WA is commemorating the 25th anniversary of its anti-smoking campaigns, today releasing its newest advertisement to help West Australians drop the ciggy.
A heartbreaking conversation.
I'm not sure how to tell you this.
That friends and family will never forget.
They need to remove half my tongue.
At the centre of Cancer Council's newest campaign, hoping to hit home and make smoking history.
The things that motivate people to quit are the emotional connections. So how do you tell your family? How do you tell your children?
It marks 25 years of anti-smoking campaigns, all starting in the year 2000.
I'll be your surgeon.
I'll be administering your chemotherapy.
I'll be providing you with a wig when your hair starts to fall out.
Some have been graphic, others pulling on the heartstrings.
If you got mouth cancer, could you still talk?
Cancer Council says in WA, tobacco causes 13,000 hospitalisations each year, killing 1,500 people.
We've had a decline in smoking over the last 25 years from about 25%, or a quarter of the population, down to about 10%. And the campaigns have really led the way.
While Cancer Council tackles cigarettes, the tobacco battle is far from over. Australians are now taking up vaping or even slow-release nicotine pouches to get their fix.
They are an illegal product, so there's no labelling, there's no regulation. If you're buying them, you don't know what's in them.
Young people who vape are 5 times more likely to try cigarettes, making it even harder to butt out for good. Grace Armstrong for 10 News First.
After almost 2 decades, Olympic diver Melissa Wu has called time on her sporting career. At just 13 years old, Wu splashed onto the scene, debuting at the 2006 Melbourne Commonwealth Games. In the years that followed, she competed in 5 Olympics, at which she won 2 medals. And today, the 32-year-old revealed to 10 News First a little-known secret.
I was told earlier today that despite your incredible career, you actually hate getting wet. Is this true?
It's true, I hate it. I actually have not been in a pool since Paris. I think the most wet I got was in the rain the other day. That's one thing I won't miss about the sport.
As for what's next, Wu says while you won't see her in the pool, she will be around it, supporting the next generation of Australian divers. Time for sport now with Lockie Reid and Locke, and Eagles steals the headlines.
You betcha. Nat, Tim Kelly made a startling revelation today. We hear from him straight after the break. Plus, new venue, no worries for the Wildcats. Keanu and co are off to the semi-finals. And the Aussie being called a chucker. Spinner Matt Kuhnen reported for an illegal bowling action.
I love this house.
I want to list it.
It's the question that splits Australia.
It's a life-changing decision.
Do you fix up? It's not my house. Or sell up?
It's a contract.
What would you do? Love it or list it. Saturday on 10.
Stream, 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 stream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is stream, 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 stream.
Stream only on Paramount Plus.
Stream all your favourite 10 shows for free. Get comedy, drama, movies and reality.
Yes!
Anytime.
You did it!
Anywhere for free.
Did you see that?
Plus, watch over 50 live binge-worthy channels. And exclusive to streaming, Deal or No Deal Island, The Traitors and General Hospital.
This is exciting.
Stream 10 for free. Matlock's back.
Nobody sees me coming. I think she's trying to flirt with you.
New Matlock starts Sunday after the I'm a Celebrity finale.
I need some help. Patient is seizing.
Everyone who comes into this clinic is a mystery. Their bodies are the scene of the crime. Their symptoms and history are clues.
You saved her life.
We're doctors and we're detectives.
I kind of love it, if I'm being honest.
Solve the puzzle, save the patient.
Watson, brand new series, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome to sport, everyone. Tim Kelly has sensationally announced that he's lost his love for the game amid contract talks and West Coast struggles in recent years. The Eagles midfielder opening up ahead of the Indigenous All-Stars game on Saturday.
It's been a tough few years for West Coast, and having played in just 9 wins in the last 3 seasons, footy has worn thin for Tim Kelly.
I'd be lying if I said my love of the game hasn't been, great over the last couple of years. So for me, I'm just, obviously there's a lot of contract talk and this and that, but I'm just, trying to love the game again.
The 30-year-old is coming towards the end of his contract, but is hoping to extend at the Eagles, while ruckman Cohen Livingston will have the honour of representing the All-Stars, having never played an AFL game.
Yeah, obviously the nerves are pretty high. I'm sure they'll be high getting towards Saturday, but yeah, I'm super honoured and proud to be a part of a team, and to play with TK first time would be unreal.
Elliot Yeo returned to training, albeit in a moon boot, as he recovers from ankle surgery. But there was no holding back for Shea Bolton and Sonny Walters at the Dockers. The pair flying through today's main session with their sights set on a run with the Indigenous All-Stars. And Sonny, the skipper, isn't selling any secrets as a double agent.
I've been staying with him, so I just left his house then. But no, I don't think he would give us any insight.
Bradley Hill gets his second taste as an All-Star, having played in 2015 against West Coast, is keen to see the fixture become more regular.
In this, we want it to be big and be able to do it, every year or every couple of years. Like it's a massive to represent, us for representing our people.
Steve Allen for 10 News First.
Port Adelaide has ended the speculation and officially announced a coaching succession plan. Former Freo midfielder Josh Kerr will take over from Ken Hinkley at the end of this season.
The passing of the torch has been on the cards for a while. Now Ken Hinkley has made it official.
I just knew that for the club and for the players and for Josh, there was just a time for Ken to go.
Josh Kerr given the keys to drive the power forward.
I've been drafted here and
as an 18-year-old, then being given opportunities as a coach also. It's an honour and a privilege to be chosen.
Kerr turned down Richmond's pursuit in 2023, even without an official plan at the Power.
No promises. I guess I had to back myself in.
Almost every loss in recent years has brought Hinckley's coaching future into question. The club now with a permanent answer.
Our number one priority is to have no disruption, no distraction to the football program.
I'm not sure what you're going to ask me next week.
That constant questioning has sometimes weighed on Hinckley.
It wears you down at different times. The footy season's really tough. 99% of them gave me great support, and I'll just be forever grateful.
Grateful also for the support of his players, breaking the news to them, a task simply too tall.
Who told? Richo, with my blessing, because I just didn't think I'd get through that.
Hinckley admits he doesn't know what he'll do after this season. With one final chapter to write in his Power story, there's still the dream of a fairy tale ending.
I dreamed my whole life that'd be a great story. A great story for us all, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Lucas Ronaldo for 10 News First.
Bulldogs superstar Marcus Bontempelli could become the most sought-after unrestricted free agent in AFL history, with the gun midfielder out of contract at the end of the year. The skipper reassuring Doggy fans by pointing to his previously lengthy negotiations.
To say I haven't put any thought into it isn't probably right, but it's just not right at the top of my list, I think, of things I want to focus on at the minute. And for me, it's more about how we want to start the football season, and even from my own perspective, how I sort of want to prepare for the years.
The Dogs host Essendon in a scratch match on Saturday. Jamari Ugle-Hagan won't play as he continues his football exile. After cleaning up in Sri Lanka, Aussie spinner Matt Kuhnemann has had his bowling action reported by match officials. The Queenslander will undergo tests to determine if his action is legal.
124 professional matches into his career, and Matt Kuhnemann's bowling action has been called into question.
All ball game.
Kuhnemann is still allowed to play for Tasmania in the Sheffield Shield, but won't play in tomorrow's game. The testing will happen in Brisbane and could be in the next few days or even weeks.
There's a 15-degree leniency in the bend, so they'll just have to go through that and have a look and see whether it's breaking that law. I don't think it's too much to worry about for Matt Kuhnemann as we speak.
Australia will be without Mitchell Starc for the upcoming Champions Trophy due to personal reasons. His replacement, Spencer Johnson, striking early in their first ODI against Sri Lanka.
Oh, beauty, beauty. He's got him.
Steve Smith had 3 catches in the slips, but this was the pick of the lot.
Oh, taken. What a catch.
Sri Lanka captain Charith Asalanka hit his top score of 127 runs to help his country to 214.
Edge taken. That's the end of the Sri Lankan innings.
Matt Short's innings was short. The Aussies in trouble early.
Oh, hit him right in front. In front, is it? Yes, given.
Jake Fraser-McGurk didn't last long either.
Osita Fernando, he takes a catch.
Australia's inexperienced top order in all sorts, as Cooper Conley lost his head.
Tries to go big. He's in front.
Setting up an interesting finish to the first ODI. Ted Roker for 10 News First.
Keanu Pinder flexed his muscles against the South East Melbourne Phoenix and booked the Wildcats a spot in the NBL semi-finals. Pinder stealing the limelight from 5-time league MVP Bryce Cotton, the big centre an unstoppable force around the ring and even from outside the three-point line. His 35 points, 11 rebounds, a career high.
Pinder steals it on a break. Watch out! The jungle is alive! And Keanu Pinder is in the house!
Once we created the energy and the gravity in the game, like, you know, guys stepped up, and like KP, when he's on that level, like, he just brings a different dynamic to our group.
The crowd at the HPC, the only negative, with just 2,975 attending, but it did little to slow down the Cats, who will now play arch rivals Melbourne in the semis. Football Australia remaining tight-lipped on if Sam Kerr will remain captain of the Matildas after she was cleared of racially harassing a police officer. The national body confirming they would continue to support the star striker as she rehabilitates from a ruptured ACL. Former Tilly, Grace Gill, expecting the call on captaincy to be a complex one.
We have to remember that Sam Kerr is such a hot commodity when it comes to Football Australia and the organisation in terms of her commercial profile, what she brings to the team, what she brings to the brand. So for that part, no, it wouldn't have been a difficult decision. But of course, maybe the debate around the optics of the team, the optics of the brand would have come into part for sure.
Kerr is predicted to be back on the pitch next month with Chelsea, meaning she could be available for the Matildas friendlies against South Korea in April. The Live Party has again hit Adelaide with some of the golf's biggest names ready to show their wares. There's none bigger than Aussie Cam Smith, who today fought back the fans.
A pair of British Open champions strolling Rundle Mall. Even in a world-class field, one man stands out.
Obviously, probably Cam's the favourite. Cam's definitely the fan favourite. So it's hard to go against that.
With fans like Ambrose, Smith is growing the game and mullets.
Like 2 years or like 1.5 or 2.
Smith's weak point, the driver, is cooperating at the range.
I feel really confident with my longer stuff, and it's been a while since I felt like that, so it's been good.
He tied 25th in Riyadh. The All-Aussie team Ripper was second. They love the noise and conditions at the Grange.
It's probably a little bit firmer and faster than it's been in previous years, and that's kind of what we grew up on.
Liv is finding its groove, securing broadcast deals in the US and UK. Scott O'Neill, the new CEO, replacing the Shark, Greg Norman.
He was the right person at the right time, and I hope I can stand on the shoulder of giants. Right now, we are going to the moon and back.
Liv's legitimacy boosted with the British joining the US Open in offering them one spot in the tournament.
Huge step forward for us. And hopefully we have a player that's not exempt, that's up there, ready to go and gets in another major.
Adelaide sure to once again set the clubhouse lead for the season.
This is the pinnacle of our events.
Bence Hammerley for 10 News First.
There are plenty of good dogs out there, but there can be only one best dog. And for the 149th time, the prestigious Westminster Dog Show has picked the winner.
Oh, Monty! He did it! 3 years and he finally wins Best in Show.
Monty, the giant schnauzer, knocked off a sturdy German Shepherd, an apparently symmetrical Bichon Frise, and a rackish English Springer Spaniel. Try saying that 100 times. Judges called Monty dignified and geometric. We're calling him something else, a good boy, and we're giving him a play of the day. That is the best way to finish for Nat. She loves sport now.
More dogs in sport, please, Locke. Thank you. Coming up next, Bo is back with all of your weather details.
The Mazda M event is now on. Until February 16, enjoy an M event bonus of between $500 and $1,500. Now is the perfect time to get into your new Mazda. Make the move today.
Giving you a chance to get back in on the action.
What a cute idea. Let's get messy. We survive together.
Star Trek Section 31 on Paramount Plus.
Get ready for a stag do. Geordie Shore style.
The family are back together. This is going to be
amazing! Geordie Shore, new season, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Given the choice between fight and flight, most of us will run from danger. It's the rare few who run towards it.
Federal agent, drop the weapon!
A Russian-sanctioned murder of a US citizen on Australian soil.
You kidding me? For your own sake, stay away from NCIS. Time to pick a side, mate.
You're enjoying this.
That obvious?
NCIS Sydney, Season 2, now streaming, only on Paramount Plus. School spirits, the phenomenon that gripped audiences everywhere.
Where's my body?
The girl you saw in the world isn't me.
Wait, does that mean that you're not dead?
We are running out of time. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
What other secrets are you keeping?
School Spirits. New season, now streaming on Paramount+.
Gogglebox is back, 7:30 Thursdays. And it's only on 10. 10, 10, 10. No way! New Gogglebox only on 10.
Time for more weather with Bo Pearson. And Bo, there's something tasty coming to Subiaco.
Yeah, Nat, that is certainly right. Subi Spritz is back again for another wonderful year here in the city of Subiaco. It officially kicks off next month, but we've got a very special sneak peek of it tonight here in Forrest Walk here in Subiaco, celebrating all these wonderful Subiaco businesses and bringing a little bit of Europe here to Subi. We've got Mitch here from Bark and also Lums. Mitch, you're taking part this year, and tell us what do you guys have in store?
Yeah, Bo, it's great. We've been involved for a few years now, and it's the best time of the year in Subi. The weather cools down a bit. We get to put on some great events. At Bark, we've got a Tuscan long lunch on Saturday the 15th. It's going to be great. Bring Nonna down, have some tiramisu, have some limoncello, and then next week at Lums, we've got a wine battle on Thursday. We do that every year. This year's with LS Merchants and Off the Vine, and then on the Saturday at lunchtime we've got a 6-course degustation. Lums is Spanish inspired, so plenty of San Sebastian treats. Come down for an incredible feed.
Awesome, and there's so many wonderful spots, of course, Bark and Lums, but wonderful spots all through Subi to wander through and wonderful things to eat and drink and see.
There's so many. I'm hoping to get to some myself. Tonight's looking good. It's nice to be drinking here instead.
Very good. Well, Mitch, thank you so much for your time. Definitely check out Bark and Lums for Subi Spritz. There's a wonderful collection of events happening between the 14th and the 23rd of March. Head to the Subi Spritz website for all of your tickets and details. We'll get stuck into that very, very shortly, but let's have a look at the weather now for the next couple of days. And if you can see on the satellite image, of course, all the action is happening in the northwest of our state. Of course, that cloud area shows tropical cyclone Zelia offshore of the Pilbara coast. It's extending when we trough through to the top end. The synoptic chart also shows that Category 2 cyclone moving towards the coast. It's forecast to be slow moving before it intensifies to a Cat 3, making landfall on Friday or even as late as Saturday. The warning zone is from Bidjadanga to Dampier, including Port Hedland, Karratha and Dampier, and also extending inland to Marble Bar. The radar tomorrow shows widespread rain and a chance of thunderstorms over the East Pilbara and also the North Interior. Very windy, of course, around the East Pilbara coast and also possibly the far southwest Kimberley coast. Some areas could get up to 500 millimetres over the coming days, and there are significant flood warnings as well. Around the rest of the nation, in Darwin 32 in showers, Sydney 29 shower 2 windy, shower 2 for Brisbane and Adelaide. Hobart a late cool change and 33 degrees. For regional WA tomorrow, for Broome 32 in showers and a possible storm. Carnarvon wind easing and sunny, becoming windy and sunny in Geraldton. Kalgoorlie 29 and sunny, 22 and a shower 2 in Esperance, and in the southwest Bunbury cloud clearing, and on the south coast Albany 21 degrees and a possible shower. Across the Perth suburbs tomorrow, sunny across the board, windy as well along the coast, cool minimums from 12 degrees and maximums getting up to 31. On the waters tomorrow, there is a strong wind warning for Thursday for Perth local waters, with winds southerly, southwesterly, reaching up to 30 knots later in the evening, seas increasing to 2 metres during the afternoon. Swell southwesterly to 1.5 metres. The sun is rising at 5:52 and setting at 7:09 in the evening. Across the city tomorrow, sunny days in store, minimum of 14, so another cool start for Perth, and then a maximum of 29 degrees and clear skies. Our extended forecast for Friday, warming back up to 33 degrees and sunny, just in time for the weekend, where on Saturday it'll be 35 degrees and sunny, more clear skies there. On Sunday, partly cloudy, 32, the slight chance of shower. That's most likely in the afternoon and the evening. On Monday, 34, shower 2 up to 5 millimetres. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 33 with a slight chance of a shower. And on Wednesday, a maximum of 33 degrees and mostly sunny. Nat, Subi Spritz is almost underway for 2025. They have wonderful treats just like these oysters. We'll get stuck in and see you very, very soon. Cheers.
Enjoy. Thank you, Bo. And that is 10 News First, live from Perth for this Wednesday, the 12th of February. I'm Natalie. Forrest. On behalf of the news team, thank you for your company. And of course, we'd love to see you the same time tomorrow. Have a great night.